Hi, I'm Med.
And I'm Charlie.
And what are we talking about today?
We're doing another episode on the big BB, Bonnie Blue. She's just in such high demand at the moment. And I feel like every week something new comes out that's worth us chatting about.
That was a sarcastic yes, in case you think I'm a massive fan of Bonnie Blue.
Which by the end we'll find out that actually you are.
Yeah.
We're talking about Bonnie Blue again this week because she's in the news a lot at the moment. Obviously, she's arguably one of the biggest fans creators on the platform.
She's like risen to the top real quick.
Yeah, she's risen. Yeah, she's gone pretty viral pretty quick. Like I feel like this time last year I didn't know who she was.
No, me neither. And also like, who knew there'll be like some sort of like massive? I mean, I knew only was big. Yeah. But I didn't know it was like Hollywood big. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
she's been everywhere.
I think the thing with Bonnie Blue that I find particularly interesting is I think it's almost prompted a bit of like a moral panic in this country, especially among, I would say, like middle-aged women. So there seems to be a real concern that this is going to like poison the boys of our youth or whatever, like, and it's going to change everyone's attitude on. I mean, I have very mixed opinions on Bonnie Blue. I don't agree with a lot of what she does. I don't like the fact that she refers to so many of these boys as barely legal and that she kind of goes from school to school offering to take their virginities.
Can I interrupt for 2 seconds?
I mean, you're going to, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Just because I've got the thought in my head.
Go on.
But the reason I think that these middle-aged women have a bit of a problem with her is because most of them are probably mums. And these boys are probably their kids. Like I saw a video online and it was a mum who arrived at the
I saw
set.
That was kind of jokes. I respected that from her.
I respected it from her, but
that
also
would be me.
That would be so embarrassing.
I think it was Liv Atwood, and I'm pretty sure it was on maybe like Loose Women or like it was a talk show, panel show thing. She was talking about how like obviously she doesn't agree with Bonnie Blue and stuff and doesn't understand some of the ethics behind it. But she was saying how there needs to be a bigger conversation about why these boys are going to these events in the first place. Because I think it's
pretty
very
obvious, no?
Well, but this is the thing. It's very easy to place all the blame on Bonnie and be like, she shouldn't be doing this. Fair enough. I'm not disagreeing with some of the criticism. But I do think it's also like there's a demand for her. And there's a reason why there's a demand for it. It's because boys are still so interested in this idea of exploitation and objectification of women. And so there's more to be said than just she's the problem.
When you say demand for her, you mean demand for...
There's a demand for what she's doing. Like this is the other slight issue I have with the criticism around Bonnie Blue is I feel as though, like, I know we've had this discussion before off camera where you've kind of said like, if it were a man doing what Bonnie's doing, then he would be like cancelled immediately.
Well, it's not so much doing what she's doing. It's more the way she owns it and promotes it, and it just being like, cool, she does this. Can we interview her to find out why?
To me, that argument insinuates that she is getting praise or it's being accepted what she's doing. Bonnie's not about to be given an OBE. Do you know what I mean? Like she is massively criticised. I think Ashley should be, and held to a lot of regulations. And like we were talking about earlier about her video being taken down because couldn't verify all of the ages of the people that were involved, which I think is a good thing and that's what they should do. But yeah, I just don't know if I really am obsessed with this comparison because one of the videos that she saw, which again, like I say, like when I'm kind of I'm not defending her, I'm just trying to look at it from different perspectives. She made a video recently in an interview where she was talking about how all of the women and kind of, I don't know, self-proclaimed feminists, let's say, who were really gunning for her and saying that it's not okay to be filming with these people and it's not okay to be promoting this kind of content. She was kind of saying, where was this anger and upset about male creators who have been filming with 18-year-old girls for years and decades or whatever? And also promoting this false narrative in these videos of these pornographic scenes where it'll be a schoolgirl and a teacher or whatever, and she'll be going, no, and then it later turns into really brutal sex. And she was saying how you could argue, and I know what you're going to come back at with this, so like, I already know what you're going to say, but you could kind of argue that what she's doing in certain ways is slightly more realistic in respect of what sex is. I know what you're going to say about the 1,000 Men, because I know that that's not realistic. But I just think that she does have a point when it comes to like, there has not been this same level of criticism of male actors and creators who have been filming with very, very young girls for a very long time. I don't feel like there's been the same amount of like criticism.
I agree. And my only counter is that, yes, the 1,000 Man thing is not realistic.
No.
But my thing is, those girls who are doing these graphic videos, there's probably a casting. They're probably getting paid for it. Where she just goes around to different universities and says, "Come, do it for free for sex advice or to build up your confidence." To me, that's different to being 18 years old. Let's say,
is that not still exploitative though?
But it, I mean, it is. But with the it feels more of like I said, it's like you go to an audition to see if you get the part, and when you get the part,
Sorry, I'm doing.
No, that's fine. But
no, you go.
But my beef is the fact that she goes around thinking that she's doing it for mental health or to encourage the nerds. Like to me, she's preying on these nerdy kids or these virgins or whatever who have an opportunity to get with a woman like her. Do you know what I mean? Who might not ever get that opportunity. So she's exploiting that. I mean, she got banned from Australia for going to what was the day? It's like freshers they have in Australia. And like when guys like finish their exams.
They're called like schoolies.
Yeah. And she wanted to go out there to target that day to do that thing with another content creator as well.
No, I completely get that.
That's my only thing, is the fact that she's exploiting, like everyone is being exploited in this situation, but it's not like she's casting them, paying them, and she's making she's just taking an opportunity.
And honestly, I do agree with you, and I'm in no way, shape or form saying that what she's doing is like good for educational purposes. Like, I do think that it's predatory, 100%. Just think that it's not a black or white situation.
No, it's not.
And I think maybe you could argue, and again, this isn't coming from like praise to her, but maybe you could argue that the very existence of her is raising a lot of questions about regulation within the OnlyFans and the adult content creation industry that need to be had.
What I would respect is that if it was all just fake and she was like, I was just doing this to raise awareness, it's all been a ploy, I'd be like, cool, marketing has been on point. Yeah. She's absolutely smashed it. Oh my God, she's actually, but
she knows what she's doing. She's admitted to it being rage bait.
She does know what she's doing.
Yeah.
And especially when she's saying stuff like, women, like, do you want to know how you can keep your husband?
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
In these circumstances of her saying stuff like giving advice, to me, it sounds like the advice she's giving resonates more with men than it does women.
Duh.
Then it's not advice for women. It's just something you're saying to make men think a certain way.
No, those clips annoy me like on another level. Like, she's done a lot of, again, like, look, if there was a bloody PhD on rage bait, Bonnie Blue should be like a professor on it. Like, she knows, she's very good at what she does in respect of getting attention and getting social media going viral. We should
get her on the show.
I would love to have her on the show. I don't know if she'd
Bonnie, come and have a chat with us.
Come on here after we've been like
no, but I think she's open to having the discussion. Because,
she is,
because I mean, that's the other thing I rate about her, is the fact that she's open to criticism, she's willing to explain or fight her corner, which is fine. Like, you own a business, you do what you do.
She has previously said that a man who cheats is a better partner because he's getting his pleasure elsewhere and then he'll come back and be in a better mood, like, for his wife, which is just insane.
Is that what she's doing to her husband?
Well, they're going through a divorce.
I know.
The whole husband thing is really wild to me. Like, I would find it really hard if she were to sit in front of me and talk to me about, like, how if I were to get a husband, like, you need to act a certain way. Like, that's really offensive on so many levels. Literally, I could tell you, I could sit here and list 1,000 things that are more my priority than thinking about a man's pleasure. Genuinely. Okay, I'll start. 1, season 2 of Severance. So I could go on.
From a business point
From a social media.
Maybe.
Like, going viral.
Yeah, you ever thought about being a social media manager?
She definitely knows how to get views. And like she even said before, she's quite clever. Like, she said before that she will look at certain comments or real like rage rate. There was a petition or something against her. And then in her next video, she like started the video with that petition. Like she knows how to use the criticism and anger and refuel it towards her own success.
I was watching a video. She said she was just in an office job before.
Yeah.
And she'd only like got with a few, like had sex with a few people, and this idea coming to her head.
It's really difficult because, again, like my natural instinct is any woman who is using their own sexuality and bodily autonomy to make a hell of a lot of money, I'm here for. Do you know what I mean? Typically, I'm really here for that. But of course, there are a lot of things that she does that I 100% do not agree with and don't. And I think also there's an argument to be made. Like, it would be really interesting to find out how like other workers feel about her.
Yeah,
because
that is the question that I want to know.
Yeah, because I think like the work industry already gets so much fucking stick and there's so much stigma against it. And there are obviously a lot of creators and workers who make sure that safety is a priority and make sure that like everything's regulated, everyone's checked and safe, and it's all really good. And I think that's been a really great progress that we've seen over the past kind of 5 to 10 years within the industry.
Yeah.
And what I don't want is for someone like Bonnie and her actions to further stigmatize other sex workers and make their lives harder.
Wasn't there a bit of drama though with like her friends because one of her pals or co-workers or whatever you want to call in the industry had the idea of sleeping with 1,000 men and Bonnie just went to do it.
You're talking about Lily Phillips?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so Lily had said that she was going to do it for a while now because she did 100 men recently.
Yeah.
And then she was like, my next goal is 1,000.
These numbers are mental.
Are there loyalties to other creators? Do you
no,
have
it's a
to
business.
think?
It's a business. You get there first. It's like
Exactly.
WWE. Do you know what I mean?
Speaking of this conversation, we might actually be graced with a little insider expert next week on the pod, which should be pretty exciting because I'd love to hear a perspective from the other side on from an actual content creator herself, which should be exciting.
Is it Lily Allen?
Oh my God, no way you guessed it right on the first
Is it
time.
actually?
No, obviously not. But Lily, if you ever do want to come on the pod, give me a ring.
Yeah, just
I
send
want
me
to talk
some,
about David. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.